What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is AkeemHaynes. I'm a two-time Olympian, Olympic bronze medalist, author, motivational speaker, and sports commentator. On my channel, we talk boxing, MMA, track and field, and of course, motivation and encouraging content. If this is something that you enjoy, then I hope that you subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into the video. Jahyae Brown versus Keane Mcmahon. This is going to be a good fight. Again, this is another fight on the Better Biav and Joe Smith Jr. undercard, right? Look, let's talk about Jahyae Brown. Brown is a great talent. He's got a lot of skills, right? A lot of potential to be a top dog down the road, right? He's fast. He's mature in the ring. He takes his time. He's got a good jab, strong right hand, good left hook, good movement. And you can see shades of different fighters in him as he is moving around the ring and using his skills. He's a very good technical fighter. His hands are quick and precise. And if you have those gifts in your hands, the power will come down the road, right? As he matures and continues to grow into his body, right? He will be even that much more effective as he develops. I think he's 21, 22 years old. So he has a very high ceiling, but he has a lot of great skills to work with right now. But what I like most about him is his mindset. He really does believe he's that guy. In anything that you do, you have to believe that you are that person. You have to believe that you are the best. You have to believe that nobody can beat you, right? Obviously, we know that any person can be beaten on any given day, right? Like we're human beings, but you have to have that belief as if nobody can stop you. And you can tell that this young man fights with a chip on his shoulder, right? He fights with that hunger in his eyes, right? He fights with that I can't lose mentality. He fights with that I have to get past you so I can continue moving up the ranks, like that type of mindset. And I can see that in him. I mean, I had the same mindset when I was running, right? So I get it. I get it. And I'm glad that he believes that, right? We all have to believe in ourselves to that level of magnitude, right? He's a special talent. And I'm looking forward to seeing which Jahyae Brown we get inside of the ring because he's still developing, but I'm hoping he comes in patient, right? And sets up his shots, right? And doesn't try to force a knockout because he is fighting in front of the home crowd, right? But he can't get emotional inside the ring. He has to stick within his game plan, right? And if he stays within his game plan, we're going to see a spectacular performance. Now, let's touch on Keane Mcmahon, right? I couldn't find much recent tape of him, so I'm not sure what he looks like today in this year. Now, I've seen a little bit of sparring. I've seen a little bit of shadow boxing, right? But that doesn't really tailor too much, right? But from the videos that I watched in the past and rewatched it, he's got good reach. He's got good size, right? He's strong-minded. He's got 2 losses in his record, but in a recent interview, he says those losses are behind me. They haven't seen the best of me yet. And I'm like, okay, that's what I like to hear, Keane Mcmahon. Like, we have to believe that the worst of him is behind him and the best of him is in front of him. Now, he's got a good inside fight. He's not a puncher like that from what I can see, right? But he does throw effective shots in volumes, and that's how he flusters his opponents. Now, he does like to get inside the pocket, right, and throw an uppercut, but use punches in bunches in volumes, right, to really dictate the pace of the fight. So if he can close the gap in Jahyae Brown and keep pace with him, because he's not the faster man in this fight. He's not the bigger puncher in this fight from what I can see. He's not the best mover in this fight as well, too, right? But I think if he can get inside the pocket and dictate the pace of this fight by throwing volume and letting his hands go a lot more, right, taking more risks, right, putting the pressure on Jahyae Brown, we'll see how Jahyae responds to it, right? But in this fight, I'm going with Jahyae Brown, right? I think Jahyae's just more skilled. He's quicker. He's faster. He's a better mover, right? He's fighting in his hometown. So that adds something extra inside of you to want to put on a great performance because you never know how many times you're going to be able to fight at home in front of the home crowd in New York City, right? So I think he's going to come out and put on a performance, but it is going to be his toughest test yet because Keane Mcmahon is no slouch, right? Just because he's got 2 losses doesn't mean that he's not a good fighter, right? So it's going to be a good test, but I think Jahyae Brown is going to win this one. I think he is going to win this one by decision. But what are your thoughts on this fight? How do you have it going? This Arthur Better Biav and Joe Smith Jr. card is a pretty good card. I think it has a lot of great talents on this one. I'm looking forward to seeing how they all unfold. But if you've been watching the video this long, then do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.